It's time. Kings, y'all ain't ready. It's time. It's your boy, Coach Josh Jones, former King from Chapter 1 series. I'm here with my man, Kyle Jaguar, about to bring you Chapter 3 series. Kings, I hope y'all ready. It's time, man. Let's get it.
How y'all doing today, man? As you know, it's Kyle Jacko checking in from the ATL. Y'all already know that already. That's what I'm always in the ATL. But you know, whenever you see this shirt right here, you already know what it's time for. It's time for the King series. But this right here is the King series, chapter 3. Before we dig into this video, we gotta give a special shout out to King series chapter 2 alumni and the King series chapter 1 alumni. Y'all done such an amazing job. Thank y'all for getting the King series to where it's at right now. Remember, with chapter 1, we started with fewer queens. Kings, like I said, queens. We start with fewer kings, and then chapter 2, we start off with about 27. This year, we're going to have 34 kings for the King series, chapter 3. So shouts out to all the kings. As we get ready to get everything started, man, we got a king coming to you right now. Man, I had the honor of meeting him on Instagram, Clubhouse, doing a lot of great, amazing things, and he wears his crown every single day. So it's by the grace of God and an honor that I'll be able to get him on right now. He's by way of Louisiana. He's by way of Texas. He stays in Cali. His resume is very, very long, but you already know I could be long-winded. So I'm going to let him go ahead and talk about himself. King Treyology, man, come to the stage and talk to the people, King.
Hey, how y'all doing, man? My name is Blue Flame, aka Treyology. You just call me Treyology for short. I was born in Louisiana, Lafayette, Louisiana to be exact, home of the gumbo, home of the original crawfish. 3, 4 years old, we moved to Galveston, Texas, and we moved to Galveston. Unfortunately, my mom and dad got divorced, so it was kind of the struggle there. From Galveston, was in the gangs, was in the streets, and then I got in trouble, so we moved to Houston, which is 50 miles from Galveston. And just to know, just to give you a little history, Galveston is the landmark and original place of Juneteenth parade. That's when the slaves were first originally free in Houston, Texas. So that just lets you know the stock and the bloodline that I come from. And after Houston, I stayed there, graduated from high school. Then I moved to Columbus, Ohio for about 8 years, started my outreach program called Metro Harvest. By the age I was 20 years old, we had over 100 volunteers, went into the inner city, backpack giveaways, going to prisons, giving out school supplies, getting guys that get out of prisons suits, giving them suits so they can have job interviews with suits. I did all their resumes and things like that of that nature. Then after that, I moved to Atlanta, to get into the entertainment industry. And I was in Atlanta for about a year and a half, but nothing was cracking yet because it was 2010. Nothing like it is now. The film production that Tyler Perry bought from the Congressional Center, that was not purchased yet. So after that, I moved back to Houston to help my mom out financially. Then my mom said, you know what? You need to move to California. You're too gifted. You're too blessed. God gave you too many gifts. So I left my mom, moved to California in 2019, and I've been here ever since. I've done TV shows, movies, films, commercials, plays, and things of that nature. And as a king, it says, do not get despised in the days of small beginnings, and I don't despise the small beginnings. I accept them and I embrace them. And sometimes as a king, what I'm saying, you're not just chosen to be blessed. Sometimes you're chosen to suffer. Sometimes you're chosen to go through pain. Sometimes you're chosen to go through tests. So I don't necessarily gloat and get excited about, when people say that they're chosen for what, So I know that I'm chosen to hold the mantle and to go through a lot that very few people have gone through.
I love that. You saw that Texas come out of him, right? When he said chosen for what? He got close when he said that. He got real close. So, hey, Kings out there, man, this is about to be a great, great, great video. So, with that being said, King, my next question to you: how do you wear your crown in society around other kings?
Matter of fact, I don't have a physical crown, and I don't think nobody has a physical crown. So I would say I'm a king without a crown. So just because you don't necessarily get the recognition as a king doesn't mean that you don't have to portray yourself or carry yourself as a king. So I say through my vibe, through my energy, through my counsel, through my encouragement, that represents the kingship. I have a lot of young guys looking after me, y'all young men that are in gangs. They're not necessarily going to go to church. They're not necessarily going to hear you, Jacko, but they will listen to me because I've been through certain things that they can gravitate and pull from me. I don't have to necessarily say nothing. It's not necessarily what you say, it's what you do and how you act. Because actions speak louder than words. So for me, As far as wearing my crown, I don't wear it, I just be it.
Okay, King. Yeah, I love that, man. I heard you just said, but yeah, it's only been 5 years walking with God. So yes, it's another side of Jacko. We don't want to get into that because we changed our life now. We going somewhere good right now. We ain't going to the back thing when they used to call me King. We're gonna leave that alone. King. My next one is who is your King role model? Like with me, mine is Martin Luther King. No, Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. That's both of my King's role model. And my uncle Eddie Ray Brown, you know who that is too. And I picked Martin Luther King and then Malcolm X because they changed society in different forms of their life. They all done it different type of ways, but they done it different type of ways in their own respective places. So in your life, who is your King role model in your life that you look up to? It could be a celebrity, it could be your friends, family. You cannot use God. Can't use God at all. I know you're gonna probably try to use that. So can you use anybody else? You can do that, King. Go ahead, you got the mic.
Muhammad Ali came to my elementary school when I was 5 years old in Galveston, Texas. When he visited me, my brother can vouch for me too, so you can call him. Muhammad Ali picked me up, put me on his shoulders, and walked me around with him for about 15 minutes and shook all the other kids' hands. And he just kept saying, "One day you're gonna be great. One day you're gonna be great." Pick back a few years later, Muhammad Ali was at the Juneteenth parade in Parkland in Galveston, Texas, a hood. Came, pointed me out of the crowd. My dad was with me this time. Picked me up, put me on his shoulders again, and started dancing with me. He said, "Oh yeah, you're gonna be great." I don't know what made him gravitate towards me because I was the only bad kid out there. But for some reason, Muhammad Ali gravitated towards me and he said, "I'm gonna be great." And back to now, I actually got a chance to audition to play Muhammad Ali. Shout out to Regina King. One night in Miami. Didn't get the role, but she said I did a great job. So it just lets you know how things circle back around. So to be honest, Muhammad Ali has always been my role model. He has always been somebody I looked up to, not just because he stood up for what he believed in, but also because he was an athlete. But he didn't allow his entertainment, he didn't allow his sport to get in the way for his beliefs. So that is something that I hold dear heart to me. I know he's a celebrity. It's not personal, but for me, it is personal because he actually injected his spirit in me as a young child. Now I try to carry myself as a leader, as a role model, as somebody that will not sell his soul, not sell out, no matter what the cost is, no matter what promotion or what the fame and fortune is before me. I will never compromise my beliefs and my convictions.
Oh, I love that, King. Like I said, Malcolm X. Malcolm X and Muhammad Ali. That was real cool and everything like that. So just you pointed him out, man. It's just amazing. That's just one thing I gotta say is amazing, man. Like I remember, my favorite Muhammad Ali picture is when he's right there and he got the fist right there. Like that's my favorite picture with him. And then with Malcolm X, it always has to be the AK-47. You know what I'm saying? Just I love that. And then with Martin Luther King also, man, him standing right there doing his have a dream speech and doing everything he's doing. So it's just great times of life. And I can tell you, man, I can say this right here. I saw it one night in Miami, man. You would have played good for Muhammad Ali for that, bro, man. And I know you knocked out the park, but I look at like sometimes, and man, God got something else coming for you because one thing about you, King, I will say, ever since I met you, man, your light is very, very big. Everybody else don't know it yet, but hopefully, my God, this right here puts you in front of more people. So, hey, man, whoever's watching this right here, if you're a director or anything like that, matter of fact, I got to talk to you about somebody after this video that I know he's a director. Hey, man, reach out to my brother. Hey, this right here, remember this. Everything you see in this video is not going to tell you the whole thing of them. The blueprint, the description below ain't going to tell you everything about it. It's up to you to go out there and hit them hyperlinks and go out there and reach out to them. But, King, I want you to unmute your microphone right quick because one thing about me, I love to play games. I got something, and it's called the wordplay. The wordplay is something where I do where I'm going to say something. When I say it, I want you to tell me, go in detail what it means to you, okay?
Okay.
All right, cool. When I say Louisiana gumbo, what comes to you?
Culture. The culture of where we come from, family. I think about grandma, what I'm saying, at the table and everybody sitting at the table eating, telling their problems, what I'm saying, and telling their life and praying over the food, blessing the food, and everybody, you know, energetic, everybody engaging in conversation from the youngest to the oldest, even the little baby that's crying. Oh, give them a bottle. You know what I'm saying? Make sure they eat. And you ain't leaving the table until you finish eating. Ain't nobody throwing away no food. That's what I think about when I think about Louisiana and gumbo. I think about the best food on this earth. That's what I think about. I think that is nothing else, never can be imitated, but always will be duplicated.
I'm gonna say it's not better than Texas. I'm just gonna say it. Like I'm a Texas boy, so I got to stick with my Texas people. My next one, yeah, I said tomato. You know, it is what it is. My next one is to you, Texas culture. When I say Texas culture, I know it's supposed to be word, but I'm using words. When I say Texas culture, what comes to your mind?
What comes to my mind is chopped and screwed, DJ Screws, the culture that I grew up in, slabs, elbows and bows. You know, I think about full 12-inch speakers, you know what I'm saying, in the back. I think about life. I think about travel. I think about excitement. I think about cliques. I think about fraternities, you know, like TSU. I think about I just think about cousins knocking on each other's door, spending the night. I think about sleepovers. I think about you jumping in your friend's ride because he don't want to have a car, but y'all don't want to catch the bus to go to school. I think about chili cheese fries. I think about pizza with ranch dressing on it. I think about hot dogs. I think about you and your friend putting $1 together so y'all can get y'all burger and split it in half when you was younger. I think about all the things that have to do with family, even fighting, and then being friends the next day playing video games. That's the representation of the true Houston.
Well, you already know when you said you know, when I think about Texas, I think about Port Arthur, Texas, PAT, man. We here 77640-409, baby.
Shout
It's
out.
all us, man. We here, man.
Hey,
Shout out to
hey,
Bubby, rest in power to Pimp C, Tad Butler. Hey, man, that's what I think about when I think about Texas.
hold
My
up.
next one is to you when I got somebody I want to say, and I want you to, it's a name. When I say Denzel Washington, what comes to your mind? How do you feel about that king?
Creme de la creme, the top of the top, the greatest actor that ever lived. I think about how he has infused biblical principles into his acting career. I think about how he has set such a bar and such a standard that everybody is attaining and striving to reach that, not just in the acting field, but in life. He has a lot of sayings, he has a lot of quotes that is all over YouTube that I know you have seen, Jacko, that really inspires you, not just to follow your dreams, but to leave something for the next generation. That's what I think about when I think of Denzel. I think about Amari Hardwick. I think about Chadwick Boseman. I think about all these people that he has impacted such a way that if he wasn't there in their place for that season in their life, they wouldn't have made it. And then you can see they always come back and pay it forward because he paid it back to them. You know, Amari Hardwick was homeless, you know, sleeping in his car. His football career was over. He didn't know what to do. He wanted to get an acting, and Denzel helped him. Chadwick Boseman, same thing. He didn't have no college tuition. He didn't have no money to finish school, to get into school. Denzel Washington paid it for him unanimously, and he didn't even know. So that's what I think about Denzel. I think about the epos, the epic center, the creme de la creme. That's all I can think about, creme de la creme of actors.
Okay, I love that because Denzel Washington, man, he really is one of my favorite actors. I love what you said. We always see stuff on YouTube, this, that, another, but it never like I want to be just like him. I was like, I just want to be able to see a beat of him. Even though I've never met him before, but seeing all these videos, seeing all these interviews and everything like that. I saw one interview, and I think I sent it to you with Jamie Foxx. And it's good to see Denzel Washington step out of character and do something different. But also I know like he's a family man. Like it's some roles he didn't get because he was not about to do certain stuff in certain roles. And to be able to stand up and say, you know what, I'm not going to take it. And then they asked him on Jamie Foxx show, he's like, what role you missed? And he told him why. I was like, man, like he could have been in some other movies, but he chose to stick to his principles, chose to stick what God wanted him to do. And to me, that's a king all day long. So shouts out to Denzel Washington. Rest in power to Chadwick Boseman. You know what I'm saying? Just all the actors out there right now. If you're an actor, you up and coming, man. Keep on doing what you're doing, man. God got something for you, but you got to keep God first no matter what. And King, you have won the wordplay, man. You want to know what you won, man?
What?
I got you some dry Popeyes biscuits, man, and a lollipop. in a cool cup. And I got to a half of a pickle with a peppermint in it.
Hey, that's good, man. Hey, that's H-Town right there.
You see what I'm saying right there? You see that, right? See, hey, Kings, for the chapter 4 coming next year, man. You never know, man. We're gonna get y'all a pickle with a pickle with a peppermint inside, man. Y'all know what that is, man. Go check it out, man. It's really, really good. We're gonna get you a cool cup too. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna throw the cool cup over, man. We're gonna be good. Man, but hey, if y'all don't know, man, y'all don't know me that well, man. I love having jokes. Like me and him got on the phone and we start laughing the whole entire time, man. That's just who I am, man. I love standing for God. I love motivation, man, but you gotta have fun in your life, man. You got to, man. You can't just walk around, I'm gonna just be the meanest person in the world. It doesn't work like that, man. Enjoy your life. You know what I'm saying? But now we gotta get into a topic. Right now, man, it always just brings back so many memories when we talk about this, man. You had the blueprint, and I had one of the Kings on the blueprint, rest in peace, my uncle Eddie Ray Brown. You had to watch the video, man. A lot of people don't ever watch that video yet. I want you to paint a picture for them and let them see what you saw in that video and why they should go watch Eddie Ray Brown's video from King Series Chapter 1.
Eddie, rest in peace. First of all, his eloquence, his speech, just motivation as far as him starting his own business, as him motivating other people to start their own business. I really do feel that, and I encourage everybody to get your LLC. I encourage everybody to start your own business. It don't matter if you have the funding or not. The way the world is shifting right now, it's in our favor. Say what? The wealth of the sinner is laid up for the just. So I really do feel that you need to put yourself in position. Stop crying, stop complaining, stop waiting for somebody to rescue you. Use the minimum and allow God to maximize the minimum. As a king, you should not be struggling. You should not be begging for bread, because God said he'll never forsake the righteous. You'll never see his seed begging for bread. So in accumulation of where he came, I mean, I wish I would have met him, because I want to be able to absorb and to get more training from his eloquence, from his mental. I mean, that is the ultimate combination of somebody that fears God, but that's powerful in business, that has a business acumen. So my advice is for everybody to start their own LLC. That's what I got out of it. Start your own business, travel. Don't be stuck at the same place, at the mundane place. You know, if you have to work, pay off all your debts. But after you do that, you need to start your own business. You know, write the vision and make it plain. Though people may run with it, so people can run with it. Though the vision tarries, wait for it, because it will manifest. So at the end of the day, I really do feel that because when I came to California, I came up here with nothing. I came up with faith and determination. That's it. I didn't have no resources. I didn't have no backup plan. It's all or nothing. So if you feel the way I feel, you feel the way Jacko feel, you need to go ahead and start it now. You only got one life to live. Tomorrow is not promised to nobody. People are dying right and left. Tomorrow is not promised. If God puts something in your heart to do it now. Matter of fact, do it yesterday, because it's time now. We need a lot of black business owners now than ever. They're not going to let us start a Black Wall Street no more. So we need to have pockets of owners, CEOs, and self-made millionaires to be able to impact the culture. Because if you don't have the resources, you can't change. You can't change the plan. You can't change the mind of these young people. You can't change the young generation. Money does talk. And the Bible even says that money answers all things. The love of money is the root to all evil. Money ain't the root to all evil, the love of it. So I say at the end of the day, you need to put your business acumen together, put your business plan together, your goals together, contact someone that you know that can be a mentor or somebody that can educate you, but also you got to have the spiritual side too. You know, you can't be, all earthly minded, no heavenly good, or vice versa. You got to be balanced. You have to have the yin yang of life. But yeah, as far as from a positive standpoint, what I got of it, that he was very successful in business. He was very successful in his speech and his communication. So I would advise y'all to check it out, because I don't think that anybody in any facet or field, race, religion, ethnicity can be limited to what he was trying to portray and what he was saying. And that was a powerful speech that I got out of it, that is going to take me up to another level. And to say it, that he no longer here, that even gives me more motivation to go for everything, especially when you know it's bigger than you and it's not about you.
Okay, I love that, man. Thank you for watching the video, man. Rest in power to my Uncle Eddie Ray Brown, man. You are dealing with, but you already know, like it says on the logo, for the King series, you're going to keep on living through this King series, man. We ain't never changing the video. The video status is going to be staying there. So, all future Kings, you might want to try to watch the video now before the King series chapter 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 start, because I'm going to ask you about every video. King, my next question is, what are you doing right now to develop kings in your society right now? You young kings in your society, what are you doing right now to develop them?
Right now, as you can see, I'm in my car. I visit prisons. So I'm actually hands-on. As far as a king, I believe that you should put enough substance into everybody that look into you to where it should sustain them for the rest of their life, or even through a painful period of time in their life. So I do a lot of mentoring. I'm in the hood. I'm not in the urban area. I'm not in the suburban area. I wear my crown everywhere I go. Like I said, I'm a king without a crown. So what I do is I do a lot of counseling. I speak to a lot of prisoners, and I travel a lot, and I take people with me. I take them to Disneyland, Disney World. I take them to games like professional games, NBA games, football games, because, when you take them somewhere that they like or that they desire, they never been to, that lets their guard down, so I like to just do a lot of outdoor things. And plus I'm an athlete, so I'm always involved in sports. So I kind of intricate spiritual with sports, kind of like what Muhammad Ali did. So that's what I do for the most part. I'm still building my brand. I'm still building my name. So I believe that once you have a bigger platform, you're able to influence and impact more lives.
Okay, man, I love that. I know you say you were good in sports, but hey, man, hit me on that basketball court, hit me on that football field. Hey, you ain't stopping. You ain't catching me. I go to the gym 7 days a week. You ain't catching me. You can try to dunk on me if you want to. I'm tall, man. We don't. Matter of fact, when you move to Atlanta, because I'm calling right now, you're moving to Atlanta real soon. I don't know
Okay.
when, but you're moving to Atlanta. When you gonna go to the basketball court, we're gonna see what's gonna happen.
They don't call me Mr. Game for no reason.
Yeah, man, you can post me up all you want to, man. I'm speed with it. You know what I'm saying? And then I got all these kids. I'll be like, hey, kids, go get the basketball. I'll just send all my kids go get the basketball for you. We gonna win.
You're gonna be too tired by that time running around.
Nah, man, I'm in him. Like Kevin Gates say, I'm him. But man, the next question I want to ask you, what do you think in mainstream society is sending out the wrong king message? Give me 3 of them. What do you think in mainstream society is sending out the wrong king message to the youth?
Get it by any means. That slogan, that cliche, I believe messed up the Black community and the community in general. Like, people are willing to compromise their beliefs, their morality, and everything. It's not a code no more. It used to be a code even in the streets where, you don't hurt women, kids, and women are off limits. That was just something that we were taught. The second thing is lack of funding. It's no fun. So when you got to depend on the government, or when you got to depend on, society, or your state or your city for funding, such as, unemployment, not unemployment, but necessarily like Social Security or just things where you don't have funding, the streets will give you the funding. The streets will give you an option. It's an optical illusion and it's a fantasy. But these days, look at the rappers. They getting $1 million check. So you think they're going to turn it down when their mama's struggling? They don't have no food in the house. So that's the second thing, is resources. And the third thing is a lack of education. Our type of education, though, not what they teaching us. I'm not trying to get in debate about that, but I really do believe we need to have Black history, as far as from an educational standpoint, taught in our classes, because a lot of people don't know their history. A lot of kids don't know who they are. They don't know their ancestors and the bloodline that they have. And maybe if they get education and get a mind frame and get an understanding, maybe there won't be so much to kill each other, to shoot each other when they know that, I am my brother's keeper and we are the same kind. We all come from the same slave plantation. My grandmother, my great grandmother suffered just like your great grandmother. They all sang hymns together. They all sang songs together. So I think a camaraderie, relationship, and communication of Black history in schools need to be taught more.
Okay, I love that. I love that. I love that, man. Very powerful answer. I told y'all, man, y'all got to go check my brother out, man. Last year we done something where we called it the motivational prayer. Called it motivational prayer because that's why, I'm a motivational speaker. This year we had a Queen series, and God put on my heart to do something that's called Queen's Prayer. So when the King series started, I said, you know what? We're going to keep it going because one thing on this King series, one thing we do on this King series, we go for God and motivation. God is always first. So with this King series, right, we're doing the King's Prayer. So King, what I want you to do is, man, I want you to say a prayer for all your kings that surround you in this world right now. I'm about to get to walk away because it's only right that we let the King go ahead and do the prayer for y'all. So, man, after you say amen, I will be back. But until then, guess what, man? I am.
Bow your heads with me. God, thank you for a future. Thank you for hope. Thank you for a prosperous life. I ask that you just guide us, God. Guide us to our purpose. Guide us to understanding and guide us and give us wisdom like King Solomon. You said because King Solomon didn't ask for riches or wealth, but he asked for understanding and direction and guidance on how to discern and rightfully treat people. That you gave him that and so much more. You gave him the best understanding, the best knowledge he can get possible, but you also gave him riches and wealth to be able to provide for the people. I ask y'all to agree with me that God in these next 3 days will give you something, will give you wisdom and understanding to start a business, to get the resources, to get the location, and to get the determination that no matter how many no's you get, all it takes is one yes. And that you will change your community for the better. You have compassion for the youth, and that you will encourage your community, your local state senators, your local government to invest into the youth programs, into youth organization, that you'll galvanize all of your neighbors, friends, and your family to build businesses, small businesses. And I ask this in Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Who told y'all King couldn't pray, man? Come on now. We do way better than that. So, with that being said, King, what is your closing remarks that you would love to lead the Kings for 2022? I'm gonna let you close out the whole video. King, thank you for just being on this channel and being able to uplift everybody. It's been a blessing. So, man, I want you to close out the whole video, but I want you to talk to the kings, talk to the queens. You go ahead and do it, and I want you to close it out in your fashion. Okay, King? And as a
Alrighty.
matter of fact, I just want to tell you before you're ready to go. This has been the King series, chapter 3. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Share these videos to your friends and family. The King series is very big. We're gonna have 34 Kings this year. So get ready. We ain't done yet. We just beginning right now. So y'all get ready. But King, you got the mic, man. Go ahead and close us out, man. Do everything you gotta do, King.
Hey man, if y'all want to network, if y'all want to find me, you can find me at Blue Flame, aka Treyology. You can find me on Instagram as Treyology, Treyology. You can find me on Snapchat as Blue Flame, aka Treyology, spelled just like it sounds. I want to encourage y'all to network. I want to encourage y'all to share resources. Don't hoard everything up. Share and encourage each other. As kings and queens, we need to encourage each other. We need to make sure that we share information, that we share knowledge, that we share resources. Somebody may want to purchase lease a house or lease a building so they can start their business. If you are in a position of power, if you're in a position that can encourage or that can help somebody financially, I encourage you to do so. You give it out, it comes back to you. For me personally, I'm about the youth. I'm about prisons. I'm about prison reform. I recently have a nephew that's been in there for 12 years now, wrongfully. So we fighting with that right now. But I just want to say, as a former gang banger, as somebody that's been in the streets all my life, y'all encourage each other, speak positive. This world has so much negativity going on right now that we need a word. We need a word from God, and we need a word from you. And if you want to follow me, like I said, follow me on Instagram at TreyOlogy, Treyology. If you got anything that you need me to do, I'm an actor, I'm a music artist, you reach out to me at Instagram or Snapchat. YouTube is Blue Flame, aka Treyology. I love y'all. I look forward to meeting every one of y'all. And as kings and queens, heavy is the head that wears the crown. Remember that.